Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, November 14, 2022. In the first half of the day, people in your life require a little more care and sensitivity, and so do you. There can be some misunderstandings or hurt feelings. It may be difficult to pinpoint the reason for the discontent with a Venus-Mars transit. An impulse buy or the desire to enter into a new arrangement can be compelling today, but not necessarily wise unless you're truly in touch with what you want and need. Later today, you feel a little freer to express yourself, and others appreciate interacting with this side of you. Fluid energy is with you for work, money ideas, and practical matters. On professional or public levels, you may get the chance to show off a talent. Dark, stormy clouds gather directly overhead today. You could feel like the entire world is ready to crush you. You will surely feel limited, depressed, and handling low self-esteem, as the mighty sun turns his fiery gaze toward icy Saturn, now orbiting in your zodiac sign and solar first house of identity. Your personal and romantic life will suffer, likely causing your significant other to feel frustrated that you're giving so much of yourself to your career and not to them. Handle this with grace and promise them to find a better balance soon. Do you like what you represent and how you are known as a professional? It is imperative that you feel like you are aligned to your career path in every way when the Sun in Scorpio squares Saturn in Aquarius. However, the square may represent some tension if you feel somewhat uncomfortable with your reputation, acknowledgement of your accomplishments, and status. Although stressful to be in the professional limelight, you may find that receiving this recognition is just what you need to feel more seasoned in your professional position and identity. Just as a friendly aspect between Venus on the career and Neptune on the income front is separating, but with the planets of money and dreams still in harmony, Mercury steps in. This time it is the start of a friendly aspect between Mercury and Neptune, something that gets your head in the game and gives you a chance to focus more on the when, where, and how. Make the most of your time outside of work. The aspect of the day encourages your playful side. Watch movies that lighten the spirit, play with children every chance you get, play with adults when there aren't any kids around, if possible, and most importantly, exercise. Nothing brings the spirits up more than moving your body in aerobic exercise. Oxygenated blood is the best antidepressant around, and you can't get it sitting on the couch. You can choose your favorite form of exercise, so enjoy it. You may find you experience a little more moodiness today than usual. Take care that you don't place unrealistic expectations on those around you, particularly at work. The intensity of an 12 vibration can see your emotions swinging between highs and lows, and patience isn't always there when you need it most. It's a good day to work solo if you have that option. Consider taking frequent breaks throughout the day if you feel overwhelmed. A little fresh air every now and then will help. While the moon will leave a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged part of your chart today in return to your busy work sector, as well as having a strong impact on both, this won't create a sudden swing from one to another. Before leaving, the moon will align with Mars, for the first time since the warrior planet's retrograde turn opened the doors to the past, second chances, and an opportunity for a do-over. Mars' romantic and creative passions aren't going to go off the boil even as the moon moves on to play its part in some stunning days across the income, work, and career fronts. Before leaving your romantic sector today, the moon will spend its final hours aligned with Mars, for the first time since the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos turned retrograde. As well as adding fuel to your romantic passions and fighting spirit, these romantically charged lunar vibes will amplify a sense of romantic nostalgia at a time when the doors are open to the past and second chances. Our eyes in the sky. Saturn squares the Sun early this morning, and will have a greater sense of responsibility, duty, and structure. Attention will be focused on doing the most practical thing and whatever makes the most sense. Our emotional nature will ease into a more intense vibe. We could withdraw from socializing with loved ones and acquaintances. It can be harder to hold conversations under this influence, and avoiding important talks could lead to arguments. You will make a terrific new friend related to your job in some way. This valuable resource will be more important to you than you realize. This person is a little strange and awkward, but overall, he or she has valuable information that you can benefit from. What makes this a potential game changer and an opportunity for a major breakthrough for both you and your relationships is that this is the first total lunar eclipse in Taurus in 2 decades. What adds to this is the fact that the lunar eclipse peaks just as the moon aligns with Uranus, the planet of surprise, synchronicity, and the unexpected, and as the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, are aligned in your relationship sector. This is the right trigger at the right time. Someone you work with will unexpectedly need your help. It is not necessary for you to completely drop everything for this person, but you should indeed try to help him or her. Work together and you will reach great success. Someone will pick you up and take you under his or her wing. This extra support will be of great benefit to you now. Don't resist this assistance. This boost is the exact key that you are looking for. Together you can soar to new heights. Protect your energy if you have to at this time. Be aware of your perspective amid other opinions. During this transit, we could be more likely to sacrifice our own needs and let people push their agendas on us. Focus on yourself to avoid uncomfortable moments with others at this time. Just after midnight, the Sun squares off with Saturn in Aquarius, putting us in a heavy headspace. We feel restricted, unable to act the way we want to. While the Sun is in Scorpio, all our desires and passions come into sharp relief. Yet, Saturn reminds us that we have obligations to others. It is not always about us, and we must work to earn our keep. It can also seem as though we are up against the clock now. Deadlines or time limits provoke extra stress, and instead of rising to the task, we look for vices to distract us. We are not above creating chaos, pulling the fire alarm to get out of taking the exam, so to speak. But our duties aren't going away. If we rise to the occasion, we can exit this period with a feeling of accomplishment. If we avoid our responsibilities, they will only catch up with us at a later date. This is something that at this time of year can energize both sides of the financial fence and act as a trigger. However, both sides are so ripe with potential and support, it was only ever going to take the smallest trigger, and this is the granddaddy of them all. This could have unexpected implications across the income, work, and career fronts, while a real breakthrough is possible on both sides of the financial fence. It is in the second half of the week that things will start to settle. Following this, the Gemini moon squares off with Neptune in Pisces, causing us to misread interactions and deceive ourselves. Our idealistic nature can be taken advantage of by those who sense our confusion and vulnerability. Yet, we are typically the ones who volunteer ourselves for disappointment by putting our trust in the wrong people. Exercise discernment to avoid compromising yourself.